everybody, this is Krista and welcome back to Adventures in Metaphysics. And today I have a walkthrough for you. So I asked you all to vote on a few decks that are new to me, we can say, of which ones you might want to see a walkthrough of. And the Ember and Aura Tarot by Jamie Richardson got the most votes. So this is where we're going to start. I'm probably going to end up still doing a few other walkthroughs from that vote, but I want to start here since this was the most requested. So I think we should just get into it. I'm going to zoom us in a little bit. Now I have to be honest. Does this let me zoom in? Come on. There we go. Oh, it's just slow. I've quickly flipped through this already, and I'm not sure that this is really one for me. But it is beautiful, and so I did still, I wanted to show it, especially if it's something that might be interesting for you all to see, because it is still a beautiful deck. So it comes with this really nice guidebook that you get a little paragraph, well, not even a little, like a decent paragraph for each of the cards, along with an upright and reversed meaning, which I do like having in the guidebook, especially split up in this way, because I don't read reversals, but I just kind of intuitively incorporate them, I suppose, so I do like to see them still. Now it does have this really pretty rose gold edging. As you can see, it seems like it wears off fast. I'm not sure if this is from shuffling from the previous owner, or if it's just from sitting in the box. I'm not too certain, but all of the edges are worn. I kind of think it's from sitting in the box, but that is okay. Now I'm trying to think, it's nice cardstock. What does it remind me of? Oh my gosh, it kind of reminds me of like the Prairie Majesty. You know what I'll say? It's this cardstock makes me think of the new Hay House cardstock, but nicer. I don't know how else to say that. I don't want to sound like I am hating on that cardstock by any means, but it is okay. That's what this deck feels like. It's that nice matte, smooth cardstock. But it's thick. It just feels nice. So let's just get into the cards. Okay, so here we have our Fool. I do really like this idea of this figure just kind of cartwheeling on these hands, a little bit willy-nilly, almost as if, there's some sort of human-made structures holding her in a certain way, and she's not really caring if she falls outside of those. I think that's a really cool interpretation. And it's beautiful artwork. I'm not really usually one for pastels, but it is really pretty. The Magician. I love how it seems like these waves are around her. It gives me a little bit of like Moses vibes in a way. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know much. I should also say I really don't know much about this deck. I guess I should have probably looked more into it, but I did not. So I'm wondering if there are, I don't know. I guess I wonder if there's maybe Christian influences just based on some of the cards, but that could totally just be me adding that in. The High Priestess. I love this owl we get here and how she's against this moon. Oh, she's got a skull necklace too. That is super neat. That's a really pretty card. The Empress. I love the roses on the dress and the bread. Really nice. So you kind of get that wheat symbol still there. The Emperor. Oh, this reminds me of the Emperor in the Playful Heart Tarot, which really gave me the heebies at first, but it was cool to kind of explore like maybe why I feel that way. Interesting. I feel like it doesn't totally fit with the cards so far, I'll say. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like this image doesn't fit almost. This was the one. I was wondering about that Christian influence because that looks like Jesus to me. Doesn't it? I don't know. Again, it could just be me adding things in and also not reading about the deck first, like I probably should have, but doesn't that look like that? The Lovers. I do, like, that is a cool image with this sun and moon combining. And also I like that you can tell that these figures have traveled a far and not easy way up this hill. It sort of also points to those choices we make to walk a certain path and how there's going to be these dark and light times combined. The Chariot. Ooh, I do like that card. I like this one. Look at the cute dogs. Oh, and I love the braids. That's super cool. Strength. This lion cracks me up. Look at that face. He is so grumpy looking. The Hermit. I like this card. Doesn't it almost look like this figure is caught in a web? It looks like a cave and a spider's web all at once, which I think is really neat. Wheel of Fortune. Justice. Again, we have that sun and moon energy. Oops. The Hanged One. This deck does seem to be, oh my gosh, I just lost my train of thought. Female presenting heavy, female figure heavy. So, you know, if that's something you don't really enjoy, that's something to think about too. Or if it's something that you like, just something to note. Death, that is a neat card. Temperance. The Devil. Ooh. I like this picture at first. I just like this looming devil figure, but this figure is caught in that cage. I guess maybe, oh, look at that. The key is inside the cage. Oh, okay, no, I'm back to liking it. That's so cool. Blindfolded, so she doesn't realize that the key is right there. She could get out so easily. Oh, that's really cool. The Tower. The Star. This is familiar. I'm not sure what that is, but I feel like that is substantial in some way that I cannot pinpoint. The Moon. I really like this card. It's showing that integration of the shadow self, or that idea. The Sun. Judgment. And the World. Okay, we're going to be looking at the cup suit first. So we have our Ace, Two of Cups, 3. This is a little Pip-like to start out. It's almost feeling like that Pips with feelings phrase. 4 of Cups. Yeah. Like, it's not quite Pips, but kind of, it's Pippish, for sure, which I don't tend to like when it comes to decks for reading, for my reading style, but it is interesting. 5 of Cups, yeah, it adds in those small details, which I totally see the appeal of. I think it's really cool. The only one I really tend to like that is that style is Pagan Otherworlds. But I think a lot of it is just, I just really love the aesthetic of that one, honestly. 6 of Cups. I like this one. I like the idea of all of these cups being stacked up, kind of how your experiences just build on each other. And when you have a certain emotion, it's not just about that one moment, usually our emotional reactions lead back or kind of pour into all of these other experiences we've had. Really neat. 7 of Cups. 8 of Cups. 9, that's interesting. It doesn't look like there's actually water in any of the cups. And 10. I kind of feel like it's like some of the minors, at least in the cup suit so far, are like a Pips with feelings. But then some of them, like this 10 of Cups and this 9 of Cups, I'm not really sure exactly what the added imagery is trying to do, I suppose. Which maybe it says in the guidebook. Yep, let's check. This in particular, I'm feeling that way about. So let's see the 10 of Cups, if it gives a description. Oh. A painful cycle filled with loss, confusion, or heartbreak has reached its conclusion. A veil is lifted as the seeker finds she is never alone, but always supported by a loving creator. Oh, this feels... Yeah, okay, so this pulls on Christianity for sure, which... Okay. All right. We're just gonna keep going. Daughter of Cups. That is a really pretty card. Are we focused here? I hope so. I feel like we were out of focus. Son of Cups. Diviner. And we have the Sage. All right, next we have our Wands, the Ace. 2 of Wands. 3 of Wands. 4. Oh, that's a really pretty image. I like that card. 5. 6 of Wands. Interesting. That's an interesting image for the 6 of Wands, don't you think? 7. I almost wonder, it seems like it's like mixing numerology and like Smith-Waite. Because some of the cards, I'm like, yeah, I see that Smith-Waite influence, but then other times I don't. And I'm wondering if it's kind of pulling on numerology as well. 8 of Wands. 9. I do like this for the 9 of Wands. That's a really cool interpretation. And 10 of Wands. We have our daughter. Love that one. That's a really, just the picture alone, super cool. Sun. That is an interesting one. Diviner. And Sage. Next we have our swords with our Ace of Swords, 2 of Swords, 3, interesting, 4 of Swords. I like the lotus, that's cool. 5 of Swords. See, that's like a Smith-Waite 3 of Swords. I'm a little confused, but again, I didn't look too much into this at first. So while I flipped through the cards minorly, this is kind of still a first impression. I guess that's probably what I should call it. A hot take first impression. 6 of Swords, 7 of Swords, 8 of Swords. 9. Oh, that's neat. 10. Wowza. Daughter of Swords. That's a cool one. Son of Swords. Diviner. And Sage of Swords. The sword suit kind of brought it a little bit modern with their clothes. Interesting. All right, Ace of Coins. 2 of Coins. 3. 4 of Coins. 5. 6. I do like all of the moons in this deck, I will say. 7 of Coins. 8. Yeah, that's very modern looking as well. 9 of Coins. Oh, I like this one. That's pretty. 10 of Coins. Daughter. Sun. It's interesting that all the sun cards are in these picture frames. Diviner. And Sage of Coins. Alrighty. So that is the Ember and Aura Tarot. So again, I don't think, this isn't one for me, I will say, but it is a really nicely done deck. And so I think if you are someone who likes feminine leaning decks and doesn't mind that bit of Christian imagery or connects to it, I think this could be a really cool one. And again, it's just, the cardstock is really nice. It's a really beautifully done deck. But other than that, I think that's all I have to say. So, have a wonderful rest of your week.